Chasing Tales, Episode 42, Jack and Jill.
Welcome back to Chasing Tales. In this week's exciting episode, Pink has successfully begun to integrate into her new home. Jack is on the way, and her team is busy getting things arranged. Let's see how far they have gotten.
In Pink's cottage, she sleeps fitfully. She dreams of the swirl of noise from meditation. She snatches a paper crane out of the flow. She unfolds it. It reads, "Help us." It refolds itself and flies away. She follows it with her eyes until it vanishes into the whirlwind.
Help who?
Pink looks around. There is no one but the swirling blindness of the noise. She settles again into the space. She snatches another origami, this time a sword. It too says, "Help us." It shreds into 1,000 pieces and flows back into the void. Pink breathes. Panic threatens to kick her from the zone. Noid's face comes through the churning wind.
We are in danger. You must come.
I cannot.
Please, we will need all of us if we are to have a chance.
No, wait, I can do this. I at least have to try. You will be able to hold them off.
Noid disintegrates and flies away, mixing with the swirl of noise. She tosses in her sleep. Scenes depicting her friends in trouble play out. Some injured, some in chains, some dead. It is a review of what she missed by going human. Had she turned her back on them? She sits bolt upright in bed. Her heart pounds in her ears. Something about it terrifies her. She whips off the covers and runs into the night. Her robes flap as she runs, headed for Cyrix. She pounds on his door.
Cyric! Cyric!
Cyric answers the door with a book in hand, surprised to see her in distress.
My dear, are you alright?
I had a dream.
Come in. I'll get you a cup of tea.
She sits rocking, trying to grasp what she just dreamed. He brings her a cup and sits opposite her.
Come. Tell me what you can.
Pink relays the dream. Cyric strokes his beardless chin and thinks about it.
I guess it is time to start giving you some context before you left us.
What does it mean? Just tell me.
Before you left, we are at war with Ald. You decided not to stay and help us. I tried to talk you out of going, but you were so sure that you could change things from the inside.
Pink nods, feeling like it was certainly possible.
Many of our people went over to fight, but they were captured. Many were killed. Ald was sure he could take what we had. Then a new player come into the picture, the Terrans. While Ald was busy fighting us, they came.
So Ald was at war with our system, then the Terrans attacked him?
That's right. It was a full-on resource war.
Pink nods.
We hoped it would be a case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But that turned out to be incorrect. The Terrans were much worse taskmasters than Ald had been. The witch hunts, after they took over, were searching for and killing our people.
Then Brenna?
Sadly, an innocent casualty. You don't know how close you came. If it weren't for Ressa, you might have been lost to us forever.
If it wasn't for the curse, you mean?
Yeah, about that. What does it actually do?
I don't know exactly. I've never actually seen it myself.
Cyric pulls at the collar of Pink's robes and raises a little to see if he can see it. She shies away from him.
You'll need some kind of spectral analyzer for it. Otto looked at it once, but he couldn't make heads or tails of it. Besides, we didn't have a way to take it off, even if we'd been allowed to remove it. I'm not sure how I feel about being undressed with you.
I promise, we will make it clinical.
He brightens the room and a table materializes. A screen covers half the bed.
Go on, get undressed as far as you're comfortable. I'll go get my box.
He leaves the room, and she undresses to the waist and lies face down on the table. When he returns, he's wearing leather gloves and has a tank strapped to his back. He snaps on large bug-eyed goggles. He flips a switch on the machine. It begins to hum. He looks over the skin on her back. He adjusts the viewing frequency of the machine and the tattoo becomes visible. Its weird chicken scratch language glows in the goggles. The whole thing is in the shape of a fish.
Your Brenna may have been more than we know. This is written in Fa. It's really archaic, but she seems to have understood it.
Where is that?
I'll show you someday.
So what does it say?
Let's see. Shape change, body recovery, Dillbane's repeating cycle. Oh, but there's a little spiteful dig here. She made you easy to capture. I think that worked in our favor.
So will it really be complicated and painful?
Yes, but I may be able to sedate you for it. I don't currently have access to a removal machine. It shouldn't take too long to get one. Oh, and there will be side effects. You will get a rush of new information when you wake up.
The curse also has a protective effect. It was crafted so you wouldn't fully awaken, and it would limit your power to a point. It also protected your memories from being read. That may explain how you were able to get so close to them without being discovered.
Pink lay staring at the wall. Her betrayal of her friend stung. She felt disappointment, and it didn't seem like a thing she would normally do.
I wasn't ready to fight then. I feel like I have to fix this. I'm sorry I let you all down.
If it hadn't been for the Terrans, things might have gone differently. We had hoped that when they disrupt Ald's fight, we would be left alone. We were wrong. Well, I'll turn around so you can get dressed. There's no more we can do about it tonight.
It's funny, I betrayed all of you by leaving, and they betrayed me by giving me back.
Pink dresses, then moves to the little table and chairs next to the fireplace. Cyric sits opposite her. The table and the screen all vanish.
Do you see why I need a higher tech system? I need an army to fight with.
What about Ald? Don't you think he'll be ready to negotiate after being imprisoned for so long?
Perhaps.
I mean, otherwise, why free him at all? We'll just have turned the clock back 200 years.
The clock in the room chimes. It's 3 a.m. Cyric rises and offers his hand.
Let me walk you home.
They walk quietly in the darkness for a moment.
Tell me about how we were before I left.
Cyric smiles to himself.
I'm friends with your brother. He used to follow us around and play pranks on us both. But when you grew into a woman, it got uncomfortable for us. I say us, but I really mean me. You have always been headstrong and rebellious. So many questions. So quick on your feet. We became friends as you grew up.
Was it ever more?
No. Jack wouldn't have allowed it. So your friend, I remain.
I'm fine with that.
They arrive at her door.
You gonna be alright? Should I send Talon?
No, I'll be fine, thank you.
On the veranda of the villa, Pink's team, Noid, Jesus and Lucy sit around a table.
I'm anxious to check in with Pink to see what she knows. Jack still needs a cube.
Otto leans over the end of the table. They have a large book spread out.
So, what are you working on, Lachesis?
We are researching a way for us to cross over to Starlight.
I have some ideas about that, Lachesis.
Lachesis, Otto and Max whisper to each other.
Aislinn, darling, tell me, what are we doing?
Jack and Brandish suddenly appear in the room.
Glad you can make it, Jack. Is this the opener?
Yeah, Brandish. Who else we have here?
Lachesis stands and reaches a hand out to Jack.
Lachesis, mistress of fate.
This is Thane, collector of souls.
The grandeur of paperwork, you mean? It's good to finally meet you, mate.
Noid, I know. It's been so long.
Jack bows.
And last but not least, Jesus and Lucy.
It's an honor.
He shakes both their hands.
So what's the plan?
We need to free a general, but first we have to find him.
Got any leads?
I am sure there is prophecy on the subject. Max,
Come with me. I saw the book here someplace.
Max, Noid, and Lachesis wander off to the library.
The plan is, we free Manalian, get Heaven's army sorted.
Once Manalian is free, we start the distraction. That's where you come in, Lucy.
My army and I will be ready when necessary.
We'll blow the horn for the start and the end of the battle. If I know Pink, she'll have words with them. Once she's in the clear, we open for Ald. Then Jesus, you and your folks hit him with a pincer maneuver.
Noid walks back into the room.
What will Ald do once we free him?
Unknown, but hopefully by aiding his release, we'll get some wiggle room.
What if he will not release us?
We will make sure you have an option other than destruction.
What's to stop us from going to war again?
Pink will negotiate a position. It's always been her intention. What will you do next, Jack?
Brandish and I are going to Starlight after we collect any messages.
I wish I could go with you now. I kind of miss her noise in my head.
I'll be sure to tell her that. You're not staying after the reset? This is your home after all.
I'll just go to heaven or hell or whatever. What kind of life is that?
Adventure and second chances await.
Can we go now?
Last call for the messages?
Lachesis runs back in with a small box.
Take these to Pink. She will find them useful. They are tuned to us.
Max places a book in the box.
Tell her we'll be there soon. Oh, and let her know the plan.
Will you be back?
When we're ready to start.
See you soon.
Can we get out of here?
Let's go see Pink.
Jack and Brandish disappear.
Now the plan is formed. Perhaps Pink will have some insight into where Manalian will be found. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode of Chasing Tales, episode 43, Breakfast at Pinky's.
Pink Salmon here. Welcome back, everybody. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment or a question. Now I'd like to thank the Buttermakers. You are all amazing. Now for our guide this season, the narrator is voiced by the Ginger Ranger. I do my voice. The Gingerbread Man plays Cyric and Aislinn. Limited Guide voices Jack. Alamo Gulf Citizen voices Noe. Viper Sword voices Lachesis and Lucy. Prony Maloney is our announcer, Thane and Brandish. Steve Dave plays Jesus and Max. And Creeper plays Otto. All the music and sound effects are borrowed from YouTube, except for guns. Those come from Creeper. This is an original production, written and produced by Pink Salmon. The Gingerbread Man is my wingnut and story advisor. We hope you enjoyed the story so far. If you'd like to support the project, you can donate to the link in the description. This is Pink Salmon signing off, and I'll see you on the clip side.